Welcome. Here we go.
Welcome. All right, so as you guys can see, we have a star guest tonight. This is mi madre, my mother, Tammy.
Tam.
Welcome. She's got a couple good stories to tell you guys, so. Welcome. Say what's up, Mom. Here, hold your mic.
Hi, guys.
So remember our beginning announcements. Make sure you follow our Instagram,
All the stuff.
our Facebook, Spotify, all that good junkaroony. Make sure you guys are keeping up with our stories and podcasts. And if you could like and share and subscribe if you haven't already, that'd be greatly appreciated. Mom, make sure you're looking at the camera.
Oh.
Yeah. No, I'm saying when you talk.
Okay. Don't just stare right at it, but you know. And hopefully this isn't like too much of a difference in background.
Yeah.
We just wanted to change it up a little bit instead of seeing like a corner of a boring room.
Yeah.
Just trying
is
something different. So if it's too much or we hate it, then that's it. So.
And if we sound different, we got new microphones.
Yes,
where all three of us are on microphones right now, which is actually really cool. So.
Yeah. So hopefully it sounds better too.
Yeah.
So I can hear my disgusting voice.
Let me know what you guys think of my setup back there. It's pretty cool. So today, my mom, as mentioned in the prior episode, we are going to have her share some wild and crazy stories that she's experienced in the past. And what's the first story you're sharing?
Well, you guys did the Spalding Inn on your last podcast, and I actually went there.
So I did guess right.
Yes.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah, I went there there was 6 or 7 of us. And
Party.
we actually stayed in the most haunted room.
Was that on purpose?
Yes.
Oh.
Okay, so
you knew prior that it was haunted?
Yes. We knew prior. We knew that, we wanted to go there because they actually allow you to ghost hunt. So, when you go there, you check in and you pick the room you want.
Mm-hmm.
Well, when we went to the desk, I was like, I want the most haunted. So it was actually me, my mom, and my Aunt Lori. We were in the most haunted room.
you remember what room number?
I do not.
So I think it was 38 is online. It says 38 is the most haunted room there.
So we had 3 rooms that went 38 and then 37, 36. Okay. So we had 3 rooms with all of us that were there.
Uncle D went too, right?
Yes, my brother went, his girlfriend, Leslie at the time, and then 2 of my Aunt Lori's friends went also. When we got there, my mom actually had to sleep on a cot. Mm-hmm. So with that being said, we set up her bed and everything, and
so there wasn't enough beds in the room.
So there was one bed, and
really?
it was actually a California king.
Oh, okay.
So it was me, my Aunt Lori. It was someone
Couldn't
else.
just snuggle with Nana. Poor Nana had to get the cot.
Well,
rock paper scissors over it, or
was it you? Was it you, Aunt Lori, and didn't you say Aunt Diane?
Aunt Diane went. So
which is my Uncle Roy's wife.
Right.
I know you guys don't know who I'm talking about. So, but this is essentially
I have no idea who they're talking about.
a family,
a
family get together to hunt ghosts.
Right. So we all get in there and we set up our rooms or whatever, and we started like right away. So we had multiple cameras. We had, the voice
EVP recorder.
We had those. We had all kinds of stuff. So at first, we went outside to check out the land because the barn that that Amelia was talking about.
The carriage house?
The carriage house. Yeah. They called it a barn when we were up there, but then when you said your story, I'm like, oh, they did call it a carriage house. So we went around there, and the carriage house now is actual rooms. So there's rooms that you can stay in.
Where Mr. Spalding passed away.
Yes.
That's
took his own life.
We did not know that at the time, obviously. So we checked outside, and then it was starting to get really dark, so we're like, okay, we'll go in. We had dinner. Everybody's like, okay, none of us are gonna sleep, obviously, because and then all of us we all got together. So we're starting, and my Aunt Lori, she's taking pictures the whole time. And she said, we were saying, if anybody's here, let us know. Really didn't hear anything, really didn't see anything.
So you're doing the full-blown ghost hunting thing?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. We looked it up online. Obviously, all of us have believed in spirits for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
So what we did is my aunt had just me walk down the hallway, and she actually took pictures, and I literally have orbs all over my whole body.
Which you have examples of, right?
I
so
do.
We'll be showing those on screen right now.
Yeah.
Dun, 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 dun.
So I go all the way to the end of the hall. So at the end of the hall, there's a stairway to go downstairs, because the level of it is a little bit higher, because obviously you walk into the house. So when they made the in pot, they made it higher. So you walk down these stairs. Well, I get to the end of the hall, and I say, is there anybody here? If there's someone here, please let us know. We're not here to hurt you. We're not here to haunt you. Mm-hmm. So I went to turn, and when I turned, because I was turning to go back to them, mm-hmm. because they were all way at the other end of the hall.
Yeah.
When I went to turn, I saw a figure with a top hat. The regular old-fashioned top hats. I was like, okay. So I turned real quick, and I'm like, if I saw that, show me a sign. And when I turned around, it was gone. Mm-hmm. So with that being said, I'm like, okay. And I was like, don't get me wrong, I was a little nervous. I mean, I've seen plenty of spirits, and I've seen a lot of stuff, as you guys will hear with my stories. Mm-hmm. When I walked back down, my aunt was still taking pictures of me, and 4 of the pictures that she took didn't come out.
What was wrong with them? Because Aunt Laurie was on a digital camera?
Yep.
Really?
And she had 2 different cameras. When she started walking towards me, because she wanted to be down with me, when she walked towards me, her one camera was totally dead.
Which is a common thing.
Very common, because what they use it as their energy.
Yikes.
Yeah.
That's so yikey.
So we get that's so yikey.
Oh gosh.
So when we get back, when I meet with her, I said to her, I go, I just saw something, and I explained it to her. She's like, okay, well, we're gonna go outside. So we go outside, and there is a ginormous tree, which you'll have that picture.
Okay.
So we actually took a picture of this tree, and we're sitting there, and all of a sudden this bright, round orb just shows up right on the tree. So in the picture...
So you go out to the tree, and you're seeing the orb before you even take the photo? Wow. That's crazy.
So then we decide to go by the carriage house.
Not
knowing that
that
Mr. Spalding
is asking for trouble.
Passed away there. So we go down in there, and so the carriage house is over here, and off over here is it's almost like their tool shed where they keep lawnmowers, snow blowers, whatever.
Yeah, landscape stuff.
Lori and I walk over there. Now it's just her and I. Everybody else kind of they were nervous, so
after just seeing maybe that too, I think I'd be a little
So
scared.
we go to this little shed thing, and I look at her and I go, did you hear that? And she's looking at me like, did I hear what? And I go, you didn't hear that? And she goes, no. I go, it sounds like that door just shut. So to the shed. To the shed. So she says to me, well, let's go over there. Brave little Tammy.
Gotta go.
I went over there, and it literally sounded like someone shut the door on us. Shut the door.
So you went inside?
No, you couldn't.
Oh.
So we were
so
at
you were walking
the door,
up, and it shut. Oh my god.
But
this is in the dead of night.
Probably 1, maybe 2 in the morning.
Guys are crazy.
So we just looked at each other and said, okay, so maybe this is, and she says, if, show me a sign, we're not here to hurt you, we're not here to bother you, we just want to, see, what's going on. So nothing happened after that. So what we did is we went back into the inn.
Mm-hmm.
So when we went back in, there was a lady at the counter. And she says
What, at like 2 o'clock in the morning?
Well,
Oh,
they
yeah.
have, because you have people show up to hotels and inns like,
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe. It's kind of weird.
I feel like something
Like a
as small
small
as that,
inn.
yeah,
You
they
wouldn't
wouldn't
have
have a worker,
No,
but
they do all night. So the girl actually took out a book, and in this book was Mr. Spalding, family members of Mr. Spalding, and stuff like that. Well, when we got to that one picture, I looked at her and I went, "Who's that gentleman right there?" And she goes, "Oh, that's Mr. Spalding. He was the owner of the place." Guys, that's the guy I saw at the end of the hall.
That's creepy. So when you saw him, what did you see exactly?
It
Did
was
you see
a
shadow? It was a shadow figure?
shadow,
Okay.
but the top hat is what got me.
It was distinct, yeah.
You know, it was the top hat.
And like,
So,
it's so weird too, because even though it's a shadow, when you see a photo of it, you like just know.
it was
'Cause
like,
I've
like
experienced
my
that.
heart, like, dropped.
Yeah.
Like,
just-
dropped.
yeah.
And
sunk right down.
it did. It was,
So-
I was just standing there like,
Did you do, like, before you guys went, you knew it was haunted,
Mm-hmm.
and you guys had met the ghost hunters, right? Which was pretty cool. Where'd you have that meeting?
Nana and I met them at UNH.
Okay, and then
Yeah.
you went up to the hotel.
Yep.
Okay. So did you do any prior research before? Or
Nope.
did you just
Nothing.
knew it was haunted?
We just knew it was haunted because at the thing that we went to, they said that, you know, they were thinking of buying this Spalding Inn, and it was
Oh, so
haunted.
wait, they didn't even own it yet?
No.
Oh, wow.
No.
Wow.
Yeah. So
So-
after that,
Yeah.
we all decided to try to go to sleep. So we're all sitting there, and my brother, yeah, it was a My brother actually got stuck in the bathroom. So he goes into the bathroom to use the bathroom, and he could
Bye.
not get out of the bathroom.
Goodbye.
The door was jammed.
The door was like jammed. So
Do you remember what room he was in?
he was in the room 37.
Okay, so next
'Cause-
year.
Yes.
Yeah.
So he's screaming. Because what we did is the 3 bedrooms that we had, we left all the doors open.
They had like coinciding doors.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
you
really?
could go into the other
Ah,
room. So
okay.
we left all the doors open. So
Okay.
David and Leslie were next to us. So he's screaming. Leslie's screaming. We go running in there, and he's like, "I can't get out. I can't get out." I literally turned the knob and the door opened.
It's weird.
So I'm like,
So someone was just messing with
You're
you.
just a liar. I'm just kidding.
so then I go in to get in more comfortable clothes because I knew we weren't going to end up going to sleep.
Yeah, no. Right now.
And the bathroom in 38, actually, I could not get out of the bathroom.
So you got locked in the bathroom too?
I did. And when I was in there, my poor mom was trying to get me out. She couldn't. Aunt Lori tried it. I'm like, okay, I understand that, you know, you're a spirit, but can you please let me out of this 2x4 bathroom? And before I turned, because I'm facing the door. Now, these bathrooms are probably as wide as this spot that we have right here. Very, very small bathrooms. And the shower curtain ended up, you know, like if you're at a beach
Yeah.
and you see the waves.
Yeah.
That's what this shower curtain was. And there was no AC. There was nothing in there.
No, thank you.
Yeah. So finally,
Amelia would be like, that's just the draft. It's
The
just
we-
the draft.
the weird part is my mom.
Yikey, that's so yikey.
I would have, even
It
though I
was
was
the
in a
air or
bathroom,
the heat.
if I was in a bathroom, I would have peed myself right then and there. Toilet, nope.
So the weird part was I couldn't get out of the bathroom, but my mom, Fran, sorry, Nana.
As most of you know, Nana.
Francis.
Francis. She tried opening the door, and the only one that could open the door was Aunt Lori. So Yeah, when we used the bathroom, the door stayed open.
Yeah, literally never going in the bathroom.
Literally
So
open.
weird.
So we all decide we're gonna lay down. We're making jokes. You know, of course, we're joking with Nana. And we're like, you better be careful because that spirit's in the bathroom while my mom's cot was at the end of the bed.
Oh, jeez.
So it went,
Picking on the lady with the cot.
right, it went our bed, her cot, the bathroom. So she goes, I'm not facing the bathroom. She's like, so be careful with your feet, guys, because my face is right here.
So did Nana experience anything at all? Well, I'm sorry, I interrupted you.
No, you're fine. Yeah, so the next part, we all kind of doze off. Obviously, we were all really tired. Of course, Nana, being Nana, she was very nervous about falling asleep, and I just kept telling her, take your melatonin, you'll be fine, go to sleep.
Knock you right out.
So, in the middle of the night, her being very afraid, didn't want to wake any of us up, she literally felt someone touching her hair. So the weird part is, it was on the side that orb was on when my aunt took the picture outside on the porch. All of a sudden, we wake up to Nana screaming.
Of course.
It was the cot.
You know what? It's funny because we all said that. It had to be the cot. So she woke up in a really loud, not like scream, but like she was dreaming. You know, like and I'm like, I wake up Aunt Lori, and I go, you hear her? And she goes, yeah, I'm not sleeping. I'm like, neither am I. So we're sitting there and I'm like, it's okay, Mom, you know. No, oh my God. She felt like something was taking her blankets and holding them.
Oh my God. That's a step up from what you...
So...
That's a step up.
So we tell her, it's okay, you know, and I, brave little me, I get up. Well, guess what, guys?
You tried to pull on the blankets?
No. Our California king bed was moved from the wall to the middle of the door. We couldn't get to David's room.
What?
A double king size bed was moved from, it was against the wall, to here.
How far did it move, you think?
Well, you gotta realize there was this much space, probably about this much space, to get through the door. You couldn't fit.
So it moved or where was it?
It was against the wall.
Yeah.
The doors here
Okay.
to get into the other room.
So on
It
basically the other
shifted
side of the
all
wall.
the way over that way? Oh my God. What?
So with that being said, we did not sleep.
How did you
anymore.
not wake up? What?
You couldn't. None of us.
So where
felt
did
it.
Nana's bed end up? So it was still at the end of the bed?
It's like
Like
the
the
bed.
cot?
It's like the bed did not move. Her bed
her
was
cot?
her. No, like our bed did not move because her cot was in the exact same spot. But how? Because her cot was up against our bed.
Right.
So what did you do?
do?
I pooped myself and I ran out of it.
No, I probably literally pissed my pants. Like honestly, and I'm not being rude, you know. But the thing is like we didn't know what to do. Like honestly.
What do you do?
So we got up, we turned on lights, you know, and literally, I shit you guys not. It took 6 of us to move that bed back.
It was that heavy.
That's how heavy this bed. It's all.
Old fashioned.
Jinky
Old-fashioned.
Scoop!
So with that being said, we did not go back to sleep, and I think my mom probably literally crapped herself a couple times, and
Good thing she's on a cot.
so we got up in the morning and we went downstairs and explained the situation to one of the girls down there, and she's like, well, you picked the most haunted room.
Yeah, honestly,
did.
what did you expect?
You did.
So
You asked for a little bit of fun, that's what you get.
right, so that's the story of the Spalding Inn, and it's pretty
No, thank you. Yeah, have fun. I'm not
That
going.
was good.
No,
It's pretty intense.
we'll stay. I'd rather sleep in the car. You can stay.
So if I
then go to your
invited
car, too.
if I invited you to go, would you go again?
Oh gosh, yeah. Absolutely.
Mom loves it. And so if you guys see us staring up above the camera, my sister Amber's behind the camera.
Making
so.
weird faces,
So if we're like,
laughing or whatever.
laughing or anything,
Distracted.
I'm making weird eye contact with the ceiling, it looks like. But so you would go. So Amber, you would go too?
Yeah.
Okay. You would go.
Count me out.
Count me out of that one.
You look good with blonde hair, honey.
So how many more stories do you got for us?
I actually have 2 more.
2 more, okay.
Okay, so this one I'm gonna read. Sorry about the glasses, guys.
So you
All
I've been
lady
trying to
eyes.
get her. I've been trying to get her to go to the eye doctor. She wears like 50-cent glasses. She got them out of a gumball machine.
No, they're $1. They're
Dollar tree.
$1.25 now though, because
Yeah.
the dollar store is not $1.
So
anymore.
you wrote both of these stories down.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. It all started as I was growing up. My little sister Heather and I shared a room in a small trailer with our parents and our brother. At night, I would hear her talking, so for months, I told our mom, and she said that it was probably, most likely, she was just talking in her sleep. So me being younger, I agreed. Well, one night, I thought she was jumping on her bed. So how could she be jumping on a bunk bed? I got kind of scared, but I got out of my bed, and there was a glowing light sitting on her bed. She had the top bunk, and my parents didn't want her falling off, so they got a bar to hold her in, so she wouldn't fall. The bar was metal, and when I got up and was going to talk to her, I grabbed the bar, and it was ice cold. And the glowing light was literally jumping on the bed. So, of course, I got scared, being young, and I went in and woke up my mom, and she told me I was joking, go back to bed. When I started crying and telling her that I was, that I was awake, and explained to her what happened, then she was unsure of what to do. So she followed me into our room, and she saw the ball of light and that the bars were ice cold. She told me to try to go back to sleep.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, okay.
Honestly.
Okay. It took me many hours to fall back to sleep. So the next morning, my mom and I talked to Heather and asked her what she was dreaming about. She told us that she wasn't dreaming, that Grammy Bunka died at 103. There was a decade between Heather and Grammy Bunka.
Yeah, my family lives for a long time, so.
Please no. Not me.
So Grammy Bunka actually brought her bunny, who passed away, to come see her because she missed her.
So Auntie Heather she's 3.
Yep.
So she has no idea who Grammy Bunka is at all. And she's telling you it's crazy.
I looked at my mom in shock. Our great-great-grandmother passed away when Heather was 3, and they were a decade apart, like I said, and told my grandfather that she was going to come back and tell a family member what heaven was like. So, it was my sister Heather. My mom got a hold of a doctor to see if my sister was dreaming,
Cuckoo nutty.
or if it was, if she was dreaming, or if this could happen, or if it was real. The gentleman, the doctor, told her it was very possible for someone to do that. He proceeded to tell my mom to ask Heather questions that only a family member or someone in the family would know about Grammy Bunka. So that night, she told Heather to ask Grammy what she was buried in. Okay?
Ask Gam.
Yep. The next morning, at breakfast, Heather told us exactly what she was buried in. A blue dress, and she had a brooch. So only one aunt, my Aunt Una, knew about the brooch.
And why is that?
Because when she was buried, Aunt Una was the only one that saw her.
Oh,
in the
it
casket.
was an open casket.
No.
Oh.
Yep. So with that being said, Nana got a little scared, and it was the most scariest thing that I've ever been involved in, because being young, but now us knowing who it was family.
Yeah. Essentially.
So it was okay, and I knew we would all be safe with her around. The night this happened, Mom, before she went to sleep, asked in her thoughts if her daughter was crazy or not seeing this, show her a sign that is real. So Mom opened her eyes, and before her eyes was a glowing shadow that went above her body and circled around, went out her door, and right into my room.
I literally have goosebumps.
Where she heard Heather talking.
Okay.
You know, she started talking again. So she got a sign and then felt safe. The thing is that we weren't sure, so my mom did a lot of research on this. It happens a lot to certain people and definitely children. Mm-hmm. Many months of hearing this and being a part of it was actually amazing, knowing that our family was that close, that our departed family member would do this for us. Many other things happened to our family with spirits, so stay tuned for more stories. The moral of the story is some hauntings are not always scary and good. Things happen for a reason. Her explanation of heaven was peaceful, beautiful, and no pain. Also free of any sadness and hurt. Thank you for listening to my story.
Come on, that was good. There's a weird stigma when it comes to children and that sort of stuff, and it's really weird, right?
Yeah, I hear the stories about kids knowing about how they died in their past life, or like they talk about it. I've just heard, and that they are more like prevalent to seeing things. And
yeah, I'm
not having children. Sorry, I'm just kidding.
I mean,
I'm just kidding.
That's what the doctor literally told my mom too, that they can come a lot.
They're so innocent.
They are innocent, and that's the whole thing, and spirits obviously know that. Yeah.
That's so yikey. I think if we have kids and they have like imaginary friends and stuff, that is creepy. And I essentially think it has that creepy stigma because of horror movies. Like in The Conjuring, when she's sleepwalking into the thing. She's doing all that weird shit.
Yeah.
So. But, alright, on to the last story. This one is called Am Road.
Is that in Raymond?
Yes.
It's in Raymond. Took place in Raymond, New Hampshire, where you grew up.
Yep.
Right, get right into it. Put those Dollar Tree glasses on.
Hey, $1.25 store. So, in 1983, my family moved to Raymond.
Wow, you're old.
I'm sorry.
You're like, what, 10? You're 11.
Yeah.
You're 11. Okay.
That's all right. As being, he tells me all the time I'm old.
No, I don't. I do not.
Yes.
I do not.
Don't let him fool you. So, as being new to the town, we had a lot to learn about this small New Hampshire town. As my first story, we have had many encounters of spirits in my family, with my sister and me seeing and hearing things. And so my mom had a very dear friend who was a psychic. He was amazing, helping us out with my sister and my family. We have been hearing a lot of things going on after this happened with my sister, so he decided to actually come out to our home and see what else was happening around. We were actually having a family get-together, and he came out. There was quite a few of us. There was probably 13, 14 people at the house.
So, real quick, so you lived on it was in a trailer.
Yep.
And it was like kind of in the woods, offset the road.
Yeah, I mean, we were, we were on the road, but our driveway was, fairly long.
So you were in Raymond in the first story too? Okay.
Yeah, same trailer.
Okay.
This, we were, the road, the road was very woody, swamps. There was 4 trailers in a row. We were the second trailer.
A lot of Raymond is swampy, woody.
Yeah.
Yucky.
Yeah.
A lot of Raymond's really yikey.
It's yikey.
Yikey. What's yikey?
She
I
said
said
it
it on accident on the last podcast. I was like, it's yucky, and then I meant to say like yikes. So I said yikey.
Okay. So now
my
we all
word now.
know.
You know where you're at.
He started in the front of our yard, up with the trailer, and him and his daughter Sorry. Him and his wow. Maybe new dollar store glasses. No, joking, guys. Him and his daughter were outside when he told us to stay in the house for now. He did what he had to do outside. We have no idea what he did. And he came into the house where he definitely had a different look and attitude. Like the look on his face, his attitude kind of changed. Knowing many things, we knew something was obviously happening in and around the house. Mm-hmm. He told us all to get our coats on. So we were all going for a walk. I'm like, okay.
So all of you.
Me being, I think I was 11 or 12, we all got dressed and went outside. Well, behind our trailer, it was all woods.
Okay.
Like, all woods. I mean, you could walk for miles. So there was lucky number 13.
Oh, that's ironic.
Yeah, just a little. There was 13 of us. I was actually included in the group. Mm-hmm. Now, it was rocks, trees, brush, bushes, very thick woods where he was taking us. We followed this wonderful man out in the woods, not knowing what we were in for. He had a cane, and the strangest thing, he was walking in this woods like he didn't have issues walking.
So
as soon as we got into the woods, he was walking like he didn't need his cane.
So prior to going into the woods, he had to walk with it, and then what?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. We were all tripping, trying to get out there to follow him so we wouldn't lose him. So we were all a little scared and nervous about this because we had no clue. We all got to kind of a clearing. It was like almost like a ring of trees.
That's scary.
Yeah, so we all got to that clearing.
Now, was this at night?
Yes.
Okay.
I don't honestly know the time.
Mm-hmm. But it was dark.
She did say it was nighttime, just by the way.
Oh, okay. Sorry. I didn't catch it. Sorry.
He asked us to all get into a circle, body circle.
Chill out. It's my cat.
Made me jump.
I hope the mics catch that. So they see everyone go,
It made me jump.
So he told us that there were many issues in this part of the woods. So we were all a little confused. He wasn't talking that much. He was very, quieter. Because, in the beginning, he was, this may be happening, that may be happening.
So it sounds like something happened outside.
Yeah, pretty much. Once I get into the story, you'll hear. He took one of his cigarettes, and he took the paper off it and put the tobacco in his hand. Took the tobacco with his other hand and spread it around behind us.
So
in the circle. So he actually took the tobacco and followed the circle and put it on the ground.
Okay.
What a waste.
Yeah. He asked us all not to talk. So as soon as he did this, a white haze followed where he put those ashes on the ground. It was like a cloud that was behind him. And when he finished the circle, when he finished the last part of his tobacco, the fog, smoke, cloud was gone. So he told us to look in the distance of the woods and look at the white birch tree. So there was a white birch tree past our circle, and it was just in the woods. We all looked over there, and standing by the tree was a shadow with a tall Native American headpiece. It's kind of hard to explain what the headpiece looked like. I guess the medicine men had a different headpiece than all the rest of the tribe. That's what he told us.
Or like a chief or something.
Like a chief has a different headdress.
Right.
Not headpiece, sorry, headdress as they call
So
it.
you look over to the tree and you see a shadow of a Native American.
Yes. He said that the medicine man was from the tribe that was still there.
On the land.
On the land. So us wondering why this tribe would be there, according to him, he was told by the spirits of the Native Americans that they were looking for a baby.
Who told you this? The man that brought you into the woods?
The psychic, yes.
Gotta go. Gotta go.
This is wild.
So at that time, my Aunt Lori, my babysitter Michelle, which is his daughter, she used to babysit me when I was younger, and I said a word. Don't ask me what the word was. All three of us said this word.
Like at the same time?
At the exact same time. It was not English. It was actual Native American word for baby.
Goosebumps.
All three of us said the exact same word. He told us that we were saying baby.
So wait, you had no control over it, you just said it. Do
All
you
three
remember
of us.
saying it?
Yeah.
Do you remember? You don't remember what it is though? Oh,
Yeah, let's not repeat it. Let's just not go there. Yeah, thank you.
true, maybe.
None of us knew the language, obviously, because we don't speak it. And for us to say it was pretty scary.
Yeah.
So he had all of us hold hands. Now at this point, we're not holding hands. Like,
You're just standing
we're
there
just
awkwardly in a
standing
circle.
there in a circle, and all three of
In
us
the
say
woods.
this in the middle of the woods.
Seeing spirits and saying random.
Native American words. He stood in
It
the
would be gone.
He stood in the middle of the circle and explained why this tribe was here. According to the spirit, the Native Americans, the white men and women who lived on this land took their baby. So our people took the Indians' baby. And they were looking for the baby. It made
doesn't
us
sound good.
It doesn't. And when he explained this story, it felt like all sadness hit us all. Like, bad.
Yeah.
Some of us had tears in our eyes. Some of us were shocked, because we can't help these spirits.
Right.
He told us that the spirits were not there to harm them, that we were not there to harm them in any way. And he said that we all hoped someday they would actually find their precious baby. So after he said that, everything was gone and quiet. He said that, that they will not. Hold on.
When it went.
Okay. Retake. He said that they will not mean any harm to us at all. The spirits, Native Americans told him that they would not harm us in any way. So we all started walking out of the woods to go back to the house. My aunt literally had a dress on with nylons. Lost her shoe. We found her shoe, but when we got back into the house, she not had one hole, one tear, or one rip in her nylons. We're walking through prickle bushes, branches, rocks, going over rock walls. Oh.
The math isn't mathing.
No, it's not, is it? We all got a little closer to the house, and he asked us to stop.
No, bye. We've had enough. Gotta go.
I didn't want to, but I was holding on to my Aunt Lori pretty hard. She probably had bruises up and down. I did that over here. She laughed at me too. He had a feather in his hand, and it had a small charm on it.
From where?
He had it. He brought it with him.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So,
Yeah. He
so
already
kind of
had
knew
it
what
with
was
him.
going on.
I had a feeling he did.
I'm assuming. I mean, he had tobacco.
But
and,
he had tobacco, he had a
Right.
feather. So with the charm on it, he actually put it on the tree high enough. Now he was shorter than you,
So I'm 6'2".
You're 6'2", so he was probably about 5'6", 5'7".
Oh, he's short.
Yes.
Okay.
Short king.
He put it on the tree, and he said that this feather and charm would protect us if these white spirits came back.
White men.
Yes. And we talked about what had happened. still in shock, we asked why us 3 girls, said
The word.
a word. And they wanted us to know why they were there. My aunt was picking on this psychic, joking around with him, and he told her if she kept it up, because of course they all went back to the house and were drinking, so she decided to be Aunt Lori. If she kept it up, that the Indians were going to have a party in our house. Well, guess what? Love you, Aunt Lori. She kept it up. We all laughed and then went to bed. We had fun, went to bed. Get ready for bed. My Aunt Lori and my Uncle Harvey were in the living room. And they were laughing. Mom said jokingly, "Don't laugh, the Indians will come have a party." About an hour goes by, and all of a sudden, we heard bottles crashing, lights flashing, blah, blah, blah.
I remember you telling me this story now.
So my aunt and my uncle, Mom yells out and tells them to stop. They weren't laughing anymore. So both of them yell, "It isn't us." My mom's room was at the end of the trailer, and my room was next to the bathroom. She tells me, go out with her, and of course, being nervous, brave little Tammy again, I go out there.
Who do you think you are?
Right? When we walked down the hall, there were lights and orbs everywhere. Everywhere. Beer bottles floating in the air. Clashing as they hit the ground. So I told them that they could leave. And the light stopped and everything was gone. It was definitely an experience I have never been through. Yes, I went through the one with my sister, but this one's way different. My mom called the gentleman that came, the psychic, who came and said he told my aunt it would happen. So he came back a few days later, and we walked in the woods, and the feather and the charm that was in the tree was at the top of the tree.
Just got goosebumps.
No one could reach where this feather was.
What?
There's no way. The tree was too thin to put a ladder on. So they were making it higher so they could protect us more. He was talking to someone, and according to him, us doing this, the Indians found their baby. Us going out there and us doing this, those Indians found their baby. The day after, we had a cookout. We took pictures. All day my mom took
My
pictures.
family is so weird.
It's
The fact that you guys
Had a
went
party.
through all that and then went back and just drank and had a good time and all this stuff. You guys are crazy. It's so funny. It's just so normal. No
Yeah,
problem.
that happened. Cool.
Yeah,
Whatever.
cool.
Yeah. Start drinking
But
again.
when, you know what though? If it happens to you, you're gonna feel the same way that we do.
I mean, I've experienced stuff, but
Not like this.
no.
So we were
I just find it funny.
outside, and we actually went to where we were.
Mm-hmm.
And my mom took a picture of the birch tree, and all the other pictures came out beautiful. The only one that didn't was that birch tree. This is an amazing, don't start, and true story for 13 of us
Yeah, that's
to
the
see the
biggest thing.
same thing and hear the same thing. That day was definitely an eye-opener for me that spirits are real and they just need closure to move on. I'm so happy that they found their baby, and even years later, we never seen or heard anything again.
So how did they find their baby? I guess I don't get that.
Because
So they
us going out there,
made
It was like-
contact with.
they made contact with both. So the psychic actually made contact with both.
Both what?
The white men.
White men
And the natives.
and the Native Americans.
So there was a white man there too?
The white men took their baby, honey.
As in, there was another,
The settlers.
presence there.
He
I
was
guess
speaking
I
to
didn't-
both, yeah.
Yeah.
The craziest part is, some people aren't going to think that's real at all. Some people are.
You're a liar!
Yeah, some people are gonna think it's real and cool, but the fact that 13 people were there and were able to witness that.
Bring them in.
Is what blows my mind. Because you could sit. I'm uncomfortable telling my stories because I think people listen and think I'm weird. So I have quite a few stories that I could probably tell on the podcast, but I don't know if I'm comfortable. I don't know, just the way they react sometimes. So the fact that there's 13 of you and all of you saw and heard and experienced the same thing is what really like makes an imprint on my mind that it really happened. So it's crazy.
You know, in the thing is a lot of people like with spirits and ghosts, and I mean, I can bring up one. The day you were born, your great grandfather was standing behind the doctor, you know.
Yeah.
And it happens. A lot of people, some people don't believe, a lot of people do believe. But when you have the experience and when it happens to you, and with, like you said, 13 members, 13 people saw the exact same thing.
Yeah, that's what.
And for us to have a psychic come in and him know this, and him, you know, go out there and talk to these Native Americans and the white men, it was definitely real.
I'm never meeting that man. Don't go in the woods. Let's see.
Around?
We're learning lessons here.
I'm not really sure.
Yeah. No.
Moral of the story is
Well.
don't follow a psychic into the woods.
The
The bottle
feather.
thing reminded me of the hotel, of that story of the group of guys that saw the floating glass just like fall to
Yes.
the ground.
Okay, so unfortunately, the last
Catastrophe. Sorry.
the last 5 minutes of my mom's story, the camera had stopped recording for some reason. So we're gonna say
Technical difficulties.
we're gonna say our goodbyes. So thank you guys for tuning in. Hope you guys enjoyed the episode,
Go
Mom.
follow our stuff. Yes, great job.
Yes, thank you for
Stay away from me. I'm just kidding.
Don't come near me again.
thank you for coming onto the show and sharing your stories. Hopefully, some people will enjoy them as much as we do.
And we'll see you soon.
Yeah, so tune in to the next episode.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Bye, guys.